Ataraki ni mirongo iri na kenda mweri wa kenda mwaka wa 2023 ni mihoko akwa ati we muthenya waku ni wikoro igwitwarithia wega ni na ni ndaikare giti giki getha ngoro gikunyagia account ciothe 27 handu ciaruma ngoro gikumenyithia maria andiki aitu magituhaririire ihinda riri no mbere diary atwambe twamukire mamwe wa maria tukuhaririirie. Mamwe wa maria tukuhaririirie ni ati
Kenyans are involved in a dialogue. Let them manage their affairs.
Minister Nyafara Musa Mudavadi guthingata a Kenya kuhemberia mĩario ya uiguano irathi na mbere nyumba-ini ya Bomas.
Jumanne wiki hii tutaanzisha kituo kikubwa pale Masangoni cha kudili na majanga. Moja ikiwa ni kujipanga vile tutaweza kudhibiti El Nino, hasa wale wanaoishi kando ya mto kama kule Galana.
Thirikari ya kaunti ya Kilifi hamwe na anyititemi angĩ kwambika mitaratara ya kung'ethanĩra na hathara ya El Nino. President William Ruto gutongoria kigomano kia UDA nyumba-ini ya mishemanio ya Bomas. Haya mau no mamwe wa maria twikuhaririirie itikira gukorwo kigucia njungwa yaku nigetha ngumenyithie mau na mangi maingi nie Getika Wambui Njau na tukiambiriria Minister Nyafara Musalia Mudavadi ni ugite ati miario ya wiguano na irathi na mbere nyumba-ini ya Bomas ni mubango wa kinyanirio wothe matura-ini agithingata a Kenya gukorwo makimihimbiria. Mudavadi ni augite ati miario ino no kinyage ithingate maria mahu makoretwo kithio anige ikoretwo akiuga ona gutari uguo kigina kiria igukorwo ikihuthika no ginya kana no ginya mengo no ikuga ati no kinya thedi o yothe ihuthike na njira ya uigiririku.
Only a few months ago, in fact a few weeks ago, Kenyans were putting a lot of pressure that they want dialogue, that they want a conversation. They were saying Maandamano is hurting them, so they want a conversation. Now, this conversation is taking place. And I'm happy that it has gone through a process where it is now validated as a parliamentary process. Okay? Now, if it is a parliamentary process, the entity that appropriates funds is Parliament. It is not anywhere else. It is Parliament. So, Parliament can appropriate the resources based on what they looked at as an evaluation of what could come and build up. So they have put some proposition on the table, and I can tell you that these funds are not immune to the audit of the Auditor General. It's public money. It's not immune to the audit process of the Auditor General. Equally, to appropriate any funds, it must be consistent with the Public Finance Management Bill, or Public Finance Management Act, not Bill, Act, which is in law, which stipulates how resources can be utilized and for what purpose they can be utilized. So as far as I'm concerned, the appropriation is not a problem. The allocation is a problem. What we might argue is that we hope and trust that they will do everything in accordance with the law so that there will be no audit queries by the Auditor General.
Ruturuge ginya kura kaunti-ini ya Samburu kure arita njira ya kuhurana na cieko cia uhaguku wa ugitiri na iria ikoretwo igumire matura ma gicigo kia Baragoi. Gavana wa kaunti ino Latileleit nieruguritie gikundi gia nyanake kuma ndurire cikaraga guku na iria cikurikanite ta Morans of Peace. Nyanake ici ikoretwo ikiheo mweke wa gucera matura matiganite na maria mathite na mbere na njira nene niguo guthoma uria magitiganiria maunduire mahetukirwo ni mahinda ta waici wa mahiu na kuringana na Wario Garma uria niwe wa ikundi ikuruhanite mubango-ini uyu augite ikinya riri ni ricangire hanene hari kurehe thayo matura-ini maya ni mubango ukumitio ni aikari mwena uyu makiuga ati riu no mahote guthie na mbere na mihango yao.
Has been facing conflict for over 20 years, but over the last 1 year it's seen peace and the communities are living together harmoniously and they are coexisting together without any challenges. A good example where all the peace actors and the government comes together to be able to celebrate and show an example to other communities who are facing conflict within their counties and within their communities. NRT has been working around for quite a number of years, particularly in the project called People to People, funded by USAID. And through that project, NRT was able to train women champion, Moran peace champion, elders, and peace ambassadors.
Because of the peace that is prevailing in Baragoi currently, sometimes back Baragoi was a hotspot where you cannot even travel during daytime. But today, because of the efforts of our leaders, the efforts of our communities, the efforts of our partners, the efforts of the security agencies, we are today celebrating this peace and we are happy.
And also for all the people who are doing development work in complex or context with conflict, it helps them to do a proper analysis of the conflict so that they are able to design interventions that are able to deal with the root causes and the drivers of conflict, and ensure also that the interventions that we are undertaking does not exacerbate the existing conflict and builds relationships with the communities.
Furahia sana siku ya leo kwa mambo ya amani. Nashukuru viongozi wetu kama vile gavana, senator na mama yetu ya county pamoja na MP pamoja na MCS wetu. Tunasema ni asante, ni kazi mzuri ambayo mmetufanyia. Sababu saa hii tunaongea, tunakula, hata unaweza enda Gilai unalala, unaweza enda Bendera, unaweza enda Nashola, unaweza enda popote.
Na haya tukihera ku kaunti-ini ya Samburu turike ginya kuria kaunti-ini ya Kilifi na oriri mbura ya El Nino itanyitwo gukorwo igithandana kuma mweri twerekere wa 10. Thirikari ya kaunti ya Kilifi unyitaniri-ini na anyitite matiganite ni mambikite mitaratara kung'ethanira na hathara ingimana na mbura ino, na akiaria hindi ya uguria wa mitaratara ya gukorwo ikig'ethanira na ugaruruku wa riera. Gavana wa kaunti ino mundu gwitwo Gideon Mung'aro augite thirikari yake ni gwaka ceceni ya guthaitira mathina ta maya makiria kuria aureti aikari aria manyitanire kana aria magikoretwo makuhiririe rũĩ rwa Galana makimenyerera. O hindi iyo ni athingatite muingi gukorwo ukihuga.
Hivi karibuni mlivyoambiwa kuna El Nino inakuja na tumeanza kujipanga kama county, lakini nyinyi pia kama raia mwanze kujipanga. Jumanne wiki tutaanza kikubwa pale Masangoni cha kudili na majanga, moja ikiwa ni kujipanga vile tutaweza kudhibiti El Nino, hasa wale wanaoishi kando kando ya mto kama kule Galana.
Of the main thing is that we want to work with the grassroots people who are affected by climate change. And in this case, we want to look at the community that are in this coastal livelihood. We want to work with them because they're the one that is affected so much. And in this also, we are going to work with schools, We are going to work with groups. We are going to work with young people.
Vile kumekuwa na agenda ya mambo mingi ambayo yanaendelea katika nchi yetu hii, lakini mimi nataka kusema tu kwamba mabadiliko ya tabia nchi ni ya kweli na tufanye mchezo. Tumeona nchi nyingi ambazo tulikuwa hatujui inaweza kuwa na matatizo. Ukiangalia juzi pale Morocco, ukiangalia zingine zimefanyika hizi nchi hivi karibuni, msiaone tu kwa TV mkaona anafanyika huko. Siku nyingine atatupata hata hapa kwetu.
The thing is that the young people, we give them chance to participate in designing the solution to the climate change. As I mentioned before, there are like 4 main pillars that we are going to work in. One is mangrove restoration, forestry conservation, and then also looking at seaweed farming. And in all these things, we would like to look at the gender so that women and young girls benefit from the project.
Naruo ruhonge rwa urimi EFA nirutanyitwo kurehe mbegu cia sunflower makiria matani 500 kahinda-ini ga ciumia igiri ciukite itemi-ini ria kuhurana na unyihu wa maguta guku bururi-ini kuringana na gavana wa Wambui Gladys Wanga no rugamirire kanjo ya magavana augite ati kwandikithio kwa arimi kaunti-ini iria itanyitwo kuruguria mubango uyu niciambitie ni mubango uria urongoreirie gukuru kihurana na unyihu wa maguta guku bururi-ini.
Our production, and we have, agreed on how we are going to progress production of at least 200,000 acres of sunflower, moving it from just 4,000 acres previously. And we want to thank the national government for that cooperation and support. And I'm here representing the Council of Governors, the entire governors team, and particularly the counties that are going to be running with the sunflower project. But I think it is a risk that has been outlined. But we will proceed because the risks are part of life. So we will proceed, but knowing that El Nino, yes, is a risk because if it overrains, then there will be parts of the country that probably will be affected. But it is a risk that is noted. But we are proceeding nonetheless.
Getting whatever Kenya Seed had, over 7 metric tons, that's what we got from our Kenya Seed. And that one, we are not giving it to farmers, we are using it to produce seeds so that we have more next year to give to the farmers. From there, as explained, we are now to search for where we could get seeds. And the nearest we could get it was in Zambia. So our officers, including our Director General, and to go there and get seeds. And this morning we finalized all the approvals we needed, and we are almost confident that in 2 weeks' time we have the seeds here with us in the country, which will be distributed to 24 counties. These 24 counties have been selected as a pilot scheme because we want to spread it to almost all the counties which are able to grow sunflower. But we are importing 500 metric tons. And that will end up to the 70 metric tons we got from the Kenya Seed.
Discount on sunflower. We'll do that.
Na tũrĩ oici ciĩgiĩ ũrĩmi kumana na arĩmi aingĩ gũkorwo matiganĩirie ũrĩmi wa soya rĩu ikundi itiganĩte arĩ hamwe na gĩa two skill nĩ ciambĩtie kambĩini ya gũthingata arĩmi kũhĩmbĩria gũcokereria ũrĩmi ũyũ na kũringana na Stephen Amasula mũrũgamĩrĩri mũnene wa gĩkundi gĩkĩ augĩte nĩ makuruhanĩtie thirikari harĩ ũndũ ũyũ akiuga atĩ aingĩ a arĩmi marakumĩtie ũrĩmi wa mĩmera ya kawaida ta mbembe na mboco na ikinya rĩrĩ
My name is Stephen Amusala. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Anglican Development Services Western, otherwise we call it ADS. ADS is a faith-based development organization that operates within Western, and Western I mean Kakamega, Vihiga, Bungoma and Busia. And today here at Mabanga, we are gathered for what we call the first ever Soybean Expo. Why Soybean Expo? ADS Western has been in a partnership with Two Scale on a project we call a soya commercialization project since 2019.
This particular partnership was started in 2019, and the purpose basically was to move from subsistence farming to commercial farming of soybean. And why the shift? The shift is because of the ever-increasing demand of soybean, not only in Kenya, but also in the rest of the world.
The goal and the intention of the soybean project was that we can be able to mobilize smallholder farmers to appreciate the importance of soybeans, and in that appreciation then they would be able to be mobilized to grow soybeans.
The idea is, in as much as the demand is ever increasing on a day-to-day basis, the supply is declining. That leads to Kenya over-relying on imports.
Kwa majina ninaitwa Gaudensia Ongwen. Mimi ni mkulima, ninatoka Kakamega County, Matungu Sub-County, Koyonzo Ward. Na kuhusu huu mradi wa soybean na Tuskel pamoja na ADS, imenifaidi sana kama mkulima. Cha kwanza, katika huu ukulima nilianza kama mkulima mdogo sana, mchanga mwenye haelewi kuhusu manufaa ya soya. But right now, kupitia katika yale mafundisho ambayo tumepata katika mafundisho kutoka ADS, mafundisho kutoka Tuskel, imeniweka mahali.
Na tutagotiga ici ciĩgiĩ ũrĩmi tũrũge nginya kũrĩa mwena wa Kajiado, kũrĩa rũhonge rũrĩa rũrũgamĩrĩire arĩmi gĩcigo-inĩ gĩa Kajiado nĩ rwanjĩrĩirie kwandĩkithia arĩmi kana arĩmi na arĩithia mahiũ nĩguo kũhũthĩka mũbango wa gũteithĩrĩria na gũcenjia mogarũrũku ma arĩmi. Ikinya rĩrĩ riumanĩte na kũgereka kĩnene kana kũgirĩka kũnene kwa thogora wa wonjorithia na kũrĩa mehokaga ũrĩithia kumana na morũrũ ma ng'aragu kũrĩa ciongereire gũkua kwa mahiũ na njĩra nene.
Milioni 3 kwa siku wanatumia 1 billion shillings kwa chakula. Hiyo chakula inatoka wapi? So sisi tukiwa Kajiado lazima tujipange, sisi tuko karibu. Vile mnajua Kiambu amejipanga kiasi yao, Machakos wamejipanga kiasi yao, Narok hapo, na sisi Kajiado tunaweza sarisha mambo mengi ya kuuza kwa supermarket. Ndio hiyo sababu tumeleta mambo ya county, tumeita aggregation.
Ada mingi, kuna njia nyingi serikali inawapanga ili kusaidia katika kutoa katikati yetu middlemen ambayo wanazuia biashara zetu. Chukua kwa mfano mambo ya kilimo ya nyanya. Wale wanafaidika kwa biashara ya nyanya ni wale ambaye hawalimi nyanya. Tunataka sasa kukuunganisha wewe mkulima wa nyanya na yule anatumia nyanya yako. Tunataka kuunganisha mfugaji wa ng'ombe na ule anayetumia nyama ama maziwa kutoka kwa ng'ombe yako. Imeanza na muende kwa kama ya Mwenyezi Mungu na tutafikia kila la heri.
Haya, na ripoti ya kuma kũrĩa mwena wa Kajiado nĩ ĩrahekanyaga kwa kabere au kũrũngi gĩkĩria gũkũ nĩ kwa Mũthingi TV thĩna mbere gũturĩrĩra nĩ tũracokereria.
Nako kagũrũ karĩime gatihana karĩ mũhũ, nake mumagari nĩeyonagira.
Ndutaga wĩra wa kwendia hema, mĩgeka na ngũnia. Ũcio nĩ wĩra ũrĩa ndiraga naguo gũkũ nĩ wĩra.
Nĩtũtambũraga kĩyo gitũ na thabarĩ itũ mĩethere-inĩ.
Kũnyita ũgeni gũkũ kwa Mũthingi TV.
Nĩkĩo nĩtũgĩcemanagia o kiumia tabarĩra-inĩ ya mwĩhang'ĩri. Tũrĩ na mwĩhang'ĩri witũ agĩtũtirithia thabarĩ yake kinya hau akinyĩte.
Yandĩkwo nĩ mũthuri wĩho Andĩkĩtwo gĩbanda kĩ harĩa rũgongo.
Nĩ ogũkũ ceceni-inĩ ya Mũthingi TV na niĩ Mwangi wa Mũrugi.
Mũtũrĩre-inĩ ũyũ nĩ gũtũngana na andũ mĩthemba yothe, anini, akũrũ, akeni na amwe maihoretwo nĩ ihoru. No harĩa yothe gũtirĩ ũtarĩ karũgano gake ka gĩkeno, kĩeha kana matĩna mũndũ anakĩruka.
Ta mwana nĩ ndatuĩkire so embarrassed na hau nĩ ndakorirwe no thũ mũingĩ mũno towards my mom.
Ndakĩmenya ngoma nake tikĩhĩ. Ndakĩmenya nake ngoma tikĩhĩ.
Nĩkĩo niĩ Njeri wa Mwangi tũkĩte na tabarĩra ya rũgano rwaku kagĩa na kamweke ga gũtwĩra marĩa wanagerera na gĩthomo kĩrĩa wathomire kũrĩ macio mothe. Nĩ o Juma thaa 2 cia hwaĩ-inĩ gũkũ kwa Mũthingi TV, kĩhumo gĩa gũtherema.
Na kwa ihinda rĩrĩ nĩ twacokereria gũkũ nĩ kwa Mũthingi TV, gĩkĩ nĩ gĩkunjũro kĩa mohoro. Athiĩ na mbere gũkũmenyithia marĩa twĩkũharĩrĩirie no kwa ihinda rĩrĩ atũrũge nginya kũrĩa nyũmba ya mĩcemanio ya Bomas na kũrĩa President Ruto agĩcemania na andũ a kĩama gĩake kĩa UDM, tũkorwo tũgĩthikĩrĩria marĩa maragĩkorwo makĩyumĩria kũu nyũmba-inĩ ya Bomas.
Members of the National Assembly, women representative, and nominated members of both houses. And we also have 808 members of the County Assembly. The party has so far collected out of you members 127,060,138 Kenya shillings. The party has also received 345,800,393 from the political parties fund. Honorable members, may I inform you that the member subscriptions amount has not been expended even a single coin, because we intend to acquire and build our own party headquarters. It is useful to appreciate that 72% of governors and deputy governors have paid their subscriptions. 89% of senators and National Assembly. Kindly let us give them a round of applause. Proud of you. 85% of the members of county assemblies. These honorable members is a commendable effort in keeping true to our allegiance to the UDA party, a commitment to build an enduring political entity, and an engraved symbol shall make available audited books of accounts as and when it is required to all members of the party. We request.
Haya, riboti tũrathiĩ na mbere na kũrũmanĩrĩra nayo nĩ gũkorwo kimia mũkĩwega na njĩra ndikĩru mohoro-inĩ maitũ ma thaa 1 cia hwaĩ-inĩ. Tũgĩthiĩ na mbere, atumia nĩ mathingatĩtwo kũhe mĩeke kana gũkorwo makĩhe mĩeke makĩria ũtongoria-inĩ wa bũrũri undu mwe na haria maundu matiganite ma muingi ni hindi ya kigomano gia kanana gia atumia na kiria kiratabanĩrio kaunti-inĩ ya Isiolo na kuria kiukumbĩkĩte ati ona thengia wa thirikari ukore kiharika mĩeke ya atumia utongoria-inĩ atumia no mathĩte na mbere na kuhatikwo ni kuringana na Jane Meriwasa mũrũgamĩrĩri mũnene wa gikundi kia Samburu Women Trust gikundi atumia madorere cia areithi augite ati atumia ni makoretwo makimo mĩeke ya gutua matua mao makimo mĩeke ya gutua matua mao marumu ni ma muingi ona kuri oguo ni ugite ati ni makinyukitie makinya matiganite hari kwiyukiriria tongoria-inĩ.
Ni sawa sawa.
And where we have so far received a complete inventory and even the community have forwarded the names of the representative, we have women participating. Actually, we are happy that women are also now forms part of the committee in terms of management of community land. On 3rd of October, next week, the National Land Commission, supported by Namati, we are going to launch a status of community land registrations, which will now give us in-depth analysis of how we are, where we are, and what is now the role of women in this participation. I invite you to come for that launch. It will be done on 3rd of October at Sarova Pan-Africa.
So far, we've been able to achieve many things. Last year, before the election, when the former president was issuing, in Isiolo County, Uranyitanira had a chance to be demarcated within the town, and out of 1,500, which the government gave out the title, out of 1,500, 800 were women. And to me, that is truly a success from a patriarchal society, which is, it has a lot of cultural norms who do not believe that women can own anything. In terms of CLMC, community land management participation, both county like Laikipia, Isiolo, Marsabit, and Samburu, we've been able to capacity build the CLMC, and when they do election, women are part of those boards. And in Uranyitanira alone, we have out of 15, we have 9 women. And to me, that's already a success.
We are a national organization that is concerned with the safety and security of human rights defenders. We are here in this 8th annual conference for indigenous women to support and to be in solidarity with the women at the front line of defending rights of the pastoralists and the indigenous communities.
Haya, na kio gikundi gitari gia githirikari na kita stipa nikiruguritie mubango wa guthaitira funda gicigo-ini kia Nyanza kuringana na afithaa wa mibango na mibango gikundi-ini giki Merab Okwara augite mubango uyu urongoreirie kugitira ihoto cia nyamu ici ni mubango uria ni wa kuigira funda ici insurance na kuria o digiri ithatu ciri gigana wa ciringi 700 o mweri ni hindi ya uheani wa njanjo kuri digiri ici na kuria makiria ma digiri 300 cietwo njanjo icigo-ini cia Bondo na Rarienda.
Realized that the donkey as an animal has not been protected by most farmers. Actually, the care of donkeys has been neglected, unlike other animals, because most of these farmers overwork the donkey, and the donkey is the one that does most of the work for them. But even when the donkey is sick, they don't take care of the health of the donkey.
My name is Clay Kamangwe, Dr. Clay Kamangwe, the sub-county veterinary officer Bondo. This year we gave a lot of emphasis, especially in this area called South Sakwa Ward, to do the donkey vaccination amongst the group members. And also even those who are not members were encouraged to come. We expected 100% turnout, but we are still glad that at least above 80%.
My name is John Nezunolo Diambo. I'm from Rachar sub-location, Nyabeda village. Today, we are celebrating World Rabies Day, whereby our health officials from Rarieda sub-district veterinary officers are here with us so that they can help us initiate the program of vaccinating our animals, whereby today They are treating our donkeys and dogs.
Na rĩu tukiroga mere matatu njetekira na gitio kinene ngoro gikunyagia iharo-inĩ na twambĩrĩrie na ici akirabu kĩambataga mbĩtĩka mwena wa Nyarari KCB nĩ mambĩkĩte meharĩria mao kĩharo-inĩ kĩa Nyayo ahotani aya a gĩtarũ kĩa Africa mwaka wa 2022 marĩa marakirie marĩ a kerĩ thutha wa Kenya Pipeline points 24.
What I can say that we have been training for the last 2 weeks after finishing number 2 in the normal league, and what I can say is that the team is responding well to the training, and we are training as a technical bench. The team is okay, we don't have any injuries, and we are hopeful that this year may God will favor us to win this championship.
Nake minister wa mathako gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ Ababu na Mwamba nĩonetie gĩkeno gĩake agĩcokereria kuma bũrũri-inĩ wa Egypt kũrĩa arakĩrĩ nĩ thutha wa bũrũri na thutha wa Africa ya irathĩro gũkorwo ĩkĩheo kanya ga gũkorwo ĩkĩnyitwo ũgeni mbĩtĩka cia gĩtarũ kĩa Africa nĩcio cia AFCON mwaka wa 2027. O nĩ thutha wa mabũrũri matatũ arimo Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya gũkorwo magĩikia rĩtana rĩa kũnyita ũgeni mbĩtĩka ici kana ũrĩa kunyita mbaru mbĩtĩka ici cia AFCON na kũrĩa marakorwo makĩheo rũtha rwa gũkorwo magĩthiĩ na mbere kũramata iharo ciao nĩguo meharĩrĩria ũhoro wĩgiĩ AFCON 2027.
All sports will benefit. Every single element of sports will benefit. For instance, our new Talanta Stadium, our planned Talanta Stadium at Jamhuri is going to be Kenya's first ever. And if I'm not wrong, it may end up being East Africa's first ever football-only customized stadium. And it's a stadium that will be customized to host football and rugby. So football will benefit immensely by having a customized football stadium without a racing track. So the atmosphere inside there is going to be incredible. It's going to be an amazing arena for football and rugby.
You have to remember that this was a secret ballot vote and we were competing against very tough opponents. I am glad that finally we have this. We have 4 years to go. And I said we will do this. I know many people, like the president said, didn't believe. Now the work begins, so thank you to everybody. Thank you to my colleagues that supported us. Thank you to Uganda and Tanzania on football, but most importantly, thank you for the investment and commitment that the government has made. Let's go do the job. Thank you.
Haya rĩu nĩ gĩtĩo kĩnene tĩkĩra ngoro ngĩkĩra gaturumo hau Gikunjuro gĩa ithaa rĩrĩ tũcemanagia na cianda thaa imwe cia hwaĩ-inĩ na mohoro mangĩ na njĩra ndikandikĩru thiĩ na mbere na gũkenerera ũmemerekia wa Mũthingi TV nginyagia hĩndĩ ĩyo Ngai njega niĩ ngĩtwo Wambui Njau na Njau.